Oh, of course, of course. How could I forget? Evil Genius's Idra, probably one of the favorites, if not the favorite, to take the StarCraft tournament. Although he does have a couple Koreans to worry about.
I think Rotten Rose is making cakes though, but we're making frags here on T7. It's gonna be strenx versus DaHanG. Fish, take us away.
I just put a piece of orange in my mouth, oh my god.
Alright then, DaHanG grabbing away Mega Health and Yellow Armor. He's gonna have to dive back for that. Now, this map generally makes for very evenly split starting positions, even as weapons go, because you also have a rocket launcher on the red armor side of the map, and that railgun is a very good way to keep an aggressing LG player off your back. strenx already nailing in 2 rails, lowering DaHanG down to 100 health. He's going to be running back up. strenx right now with a significant amount of armor to his own name, and making that a late red armor pickup means that Mega Health will be coming up first. There we go. And strenx is not going in for it yet because he knows that DaHanG is lurking down below, looking to get in some damage himself. But there's the grab, and DaHanG missed out the timing for it. He was back as soon as strenx was going in for it, so strenx really played that out well. And he's gotten a free Mega. Now there's traded rails there, but DaHanG doesn't quite have enough stack to really justify coming in here too strongly. He can do damage here, but strenx is going to be coming in for the attack, pushing DaHanG out of the room. Maybe DaHanG can get a rail after the red armor. But actually, look at this. strenx is coming back into the mech room as well, keeping DaHanG here and also looking for damage to do here simultaneously. So strenx is really doing a lot of good work and also keeping DaHanG off of Mega. Now, this might mean an item split, but strenx will be coming in with such speed that even if DaHanG spawns and goes immediately for red, he's going to be paying for it. So strenx now in control of just about everything. I think DaHanG got away with 1 yellow armor, but he's only got LG and rocket launcher.
DaHanG needs to back off to the railgun. He cannot go head-to-head in a battle right now. Trading shots is just not going to work to his favor. DaHanG is able to collect the yellow armor, but cannot stick around at all for that Mega Health. So nice play backing off to the lower yellow, and as well picking up a railgun. He should be able to do some damage on this pickup. No, instead he's going to have to back off and throw out some defensive rockets. I'm liking this play by DaHanG. He's not letting
that worked out well.
Get him caught out. However, strenx is hitting pretty much everything and having perfect timing.
Those rails are definitely keeping DaHanG on his rear foot, and for every amount of damage that DaHanG is attempting to do on the item pickups, I mean, DaHanG really played that out well. Like you said, I mean, he was at the entrance of the lower hallway. He was able to escape through teleporter without taking too much damage while laying down rockets in front of strenx the entire way. But strenx falling through the teleporter, getting those rails in. Oh, but this changed everything. DaHanG with a lot of beautiful lightning gun. strenx down at 42 health. It's enough to really keep strenx down and low, but it's enough to give DaHanG entrance in on the items. He's going to be eating a rail there. So now these guys are going to be essentially toe-to-toe as far as the stat goes. Next major item to play is going to be red armor, but strenx is going to be stacking up on YAs first. DaHanG, where is he rocking right now? 99 health, 65 armor, and actually right above the red armor. He's going to be looking into diving for strenx. Oh my god, had DaHanG came in just a little bit earlier, he could have definitely polished off a lot of strenx health, but that'll be putting strenx up 2-0.
So DaHanG definitely not letting this game get out of his hands, even though he has been pretty much out of control the entire map so far. strenx will be able to pick up the Mega Health and a YA though, so almost a 200-200 stack for the Frenchman. He's not even going to need to pick up this red armor at all. Instead, he will use it as bait, or just back up to it later.
But now that puts
Offsetting
a good
the timing,
9 seconds.
So.
Yeah, exactly. That puts a good 9 seconds between Mega and Red. And DaHanG shows up for the party, but he's way, way too late. strenx wasn't even really expecting him to be there, so not a lot of damage dealt. But DaHanG's gone back into hiding, and DaHanG does absolutely nothing at the Mega Grab. A couple grenades spouted out there. Very nice play by DaHanG. I mean, this is DaHanG we're talking about here. He's definitely playing this out nicely. It's only 2-0. For all of the control that strenx has had, for all the damage that's been dealt out, only 2 frags have accrued on the board. strenx is able to get away with more items for free. I like that DaHanG is trying to move the fight between the items and anticipate where strenx will move, but that has many more variables than the actual items themselves. But strenx is also doing a fairly good job of keeping DaHanG off of doing damage on the items themselves. So as Mega's coming up, DaHanG is entering, and strenx is already tight on DaHanG in order to push him out and make that Mega virtually damageless.
Currently, DaHanG is 2 for 8 from range with the railgun. Finally, DaHanG has been able to get a large armor stack. He is a little bit low on health. strenx will hit the initial rail, hits another 2 rails in a row. That will be an impressive. But once DaHanG can finally get his railgun warmed up and in action, he might actually have a better chance. I don't know if he should go aggressive, though, in this situation. strenx still has the big stack. DaHanG does pick up the Meg health right before the battle, though, so that's going to help him out. strenx will hit the rail on the exit, though.
That was very risky by DaHanG, but considering that strenx was having to enter the Mega Room from the lightning gun side, it was probably the best chance he was going to have there for a while. So even though strenx laid out with a lot of really good rails, DaHanG still was able to recover that, and at the very, very least, if nothing else, keep that Mega health away from strenx for another round of items. So now that DaHanG has made that grab, he needs to aggress a bit more here now that strenx is relatively weaker than he was, 30 seconds ago. So there's another Mega grab. strenx getting a little bit of lightning gun. No rail connecting, though. And so now DaHanG is starting to get his foothold on the map. And actually, he's going fairly aggressive for it, immediately going from the Mega in order to grab away red armor. So now strenx, for the first time in a long while, is having to back off.
This is the moment DaHanG has been patiently waiting for so far. We'll see what he can do with it. DaHanG somehow did not see his opponent just down the staircase. strenx is going to get 3 rails in a row. So all that hard work is going to be negated very quickly. Although DaHanG is able to collect the red armor and do a nice defensive rocket there. So strenx still with the... Oh my god. strenx hitting just about every single rail. And DaHanG still rocking less than a 20% rail. strenx, that is really the defining factor in this T7 matchup.
And you can extend that a little bit further just by thinking, okay, well, strenx is making a lot of rails, but DaHanG, he's not exactly Rafa playing this. He's not exactly hugging all of the corners, hugging all of the walls, and making it as difficult as possible for strenx to hit those rails. I mean, that last one, DaHanG was just flying through the air off the bridge. I mean, how are you not going to go in for that rail? And so we're going to see a close-range hug rocket battle here. strenx was nearly a rocket away from taking a ton of damage, but at the end of it, he's still at 130, 130. And now DaHanG's down by 3 with only 2.5 minutes left to go.
strenx even taking the time to give DaHanG's body with the gauntlet. So a little bit of BM. Bad manner. DaHanG knows that he has to make something happen very soon if he cannot deny a couple key power-ups in the next minute. This is surely going to be strenx's game. Down 3 frags. DaHanG is weak and on the run. DaHanG has to make a play for that 50 health. He should be able to collect it. Yes, he will collect the yellow armor unopposed. But this next red armor is so key for DaHanG. He has to bully strenx off this in any possible way that he can. Looks like he's going to attempt that with rockets, but the frag goes to strenx in the end, and I think that's going to be about GG right there.
And actually, if there are another couple seconds on the timer for Mega health, had the spacing been a little bit further apart, then DaHanG could have maintained that momentum through the spawn, just grabbed LG, just grabbed a rocket launcher, and gone. But that means that strenx will be fully stacked back up by the time that DaHanG is able to come back around and do some damage. Now, speaking of rails, we can talk about DaHanG's a little bit here. Only 3 hits out of 12 for 25% accuracy, but strenx has hit 16 rails over the course of this match, maintaining 55% accuracy throughout the entire 9 minutes. And finally, we're starting to see DaHanG's rail start to come in a little bit more. But for the entirety of the match, we just haven't seen DaHanG in the positions to put out those rails. And he's finally able to get back up on the board, and had he made those kind of rails from those kind of angles 2 minutes ago, then this thing would be completely different. As it
Well, I
stands,
suppose it's still potentially possible.
I guess it is. Holy shit. DaHanG picking up yellow armor here, heading back over towards YA teleporter. strenx is going to be down below with the lightning gun, and as long as DaHanG doesn't pull a Cypher and just throw himself down onto it, well, DaHang's going to be able to get away with red armor, but might be a red armor that DaHanG is just leaving. I mean, that strenx is just leaving to DaHanG and going, all right, you grab armor, I'll run away, I'll make some space. DaHanG is looking for strenx in all the obvious places, but strenx is not there. We just heard teleporter. DaHanG has caught strenx at the 50 health. Can he secure this frag? And if so, he only have 3 seconds. Need to catch him at his spawn. It's not going to happen. strenx is going to slow spawn, and strenx will take first map by a single frag.
Fun matches. So many close games, so many overtimes, with the exception of Vu kind of getting steamrolled in the last match. We've just seen so many impressive and very, very tight games. Won by 1 frag, 2 frags, 3. And so many overtimes already in this tournament. This is proving to be potentially one of the best Intel Extreme Masters events of all time already. With the upsets in the game so far, the quality has been superb. DaHanG getting back into the game, and
there were a
Lost
lot
World
of people yesterday saying that after yesterday's group stage games, there don't need to be finals because group stage day 1 was pure epic sauce by itself. Sorry if I sound a little funny. I'm stuffing my face full of pancakes and sausage.
Oh,
Yum.
Oh, damn, that sounds good.
All right, but here we go.
This time I do not have my mouth full of oranges, so I can start us off, and I will do exactly that. strenx going to drop down directly to the red armor. Does not have a weapon at all. DaHanG pushing, DaHanG chasing, and nice, actually, splash damage picked up there. DaHanG getting a nice mid-air rocket to boot as well. Somehow, though, strenx remaining with 100 health and 60 armor. I don't even know how he survived that long with all that damage being dealt. But DaHanG's going to do as much damage as he can on the pickup of this red armor. No damage thus far. There's a nice rocket. strenx is going to have to back off. Next battle should be at the mega health. I think DaHanG just did enough damage there where strenx is going to only be able to only pray for some damage on that mega health. No, he does not even challenge at all for the mega. Instead backs off for the LG and the YA. That LG is a very important pickup though.
I think DaHanG is tapping out a message in Morse code with his rockets. Where is your rail now, bitch? But DaHanG coming back through plasma gun. Still no frags yet. DaHanG has maintained good stack and he's done good damage, but this time strenx is going to do a trap at probably one of the more trappable areas on the map. And strenx's LG, even if he doesn't win the fight, is going to be enough to burn down DaHanG's stack a little bit now. But actually, in this case, it's a little bit bad that strenx didn't die because now he's going to need to recover himself, giving DaHanG enough time to do exactly the same thing, and strenx is back to square one. Now, DaHanG will be going back over towards LG, which gives strenx another opportunity to flood the choke point full of rockets and do some damage here. But DaHanG is doing a good job of farming strenx at the moment.
Very powerful armor stack. If he picks up this mega health, he's going to be in a very good position to continue to run the map for some time now. strenx additionally has a pretty nice armor stack, but if DaHanG can catch strenx out of position, it could be a frag. We've seen on T7, DaHanG was able to play out of position for quite some time without really too many frags being racked up. We have not yet seen DaHanG turn on the hyper-aggressive mode. He might actually need to do that soon. Otherwise, it's going to remain a fragless game.
I'm actually accruing a lot of respect for strenx defensively. Like, this is not usually something we see, but oh, strenx making a lot of noise at the yellow armor. DaHanG goes right in for the kill. That easily could have turned into a frag had the rocket bounces not happened a little bit, but strenx needed to backpedal out of there, and yeah, DaHanG was able to keep up the pressure, come around from the other end of the map, and secure that frag. But all started at the yellow armor, where strenx was caught out with his pants down and absolutely needed to just get out of that situation. But that's the first time we've seen a major flaw by strenx so far, and it's only 3 minutes in. 8 seconds
I
to
wouldn't
red
even
armor.
say that was a major flaw from strenx, more like a very impressive play by DaHanG.
Well,
Forcing
both of these
strenx
guys
into
have
a
been
somewhat
playing
awkward
to each
position.
other's prediction. I mean, both of them have been reading each other fairly effectively, and that's the first time where strenx's ability to read didn't quite match up to DaHanG's. DaHanG's still going to be able to maintain strong stack here, and we're kind of back to where we were a minute ago as far as strenx playing from the rear position, playing with yellow, just trying to stay alive and do some damage at choke points. But so far, DaHanG has been able to circumvent the entire map without really exposing himself too much. But now strenx knows exactly where he is. Let's see if he tries to make a play from mid.
I don't think DaHanG had timing on that red, which allowed strenx to pick it up and get away scot-free. So I think that also means that DaHanG probably will not have the next timing on this red, which is about to spawn here.
Wow.
We'll be able to pick up the frag. I think another spawn frag, actually. And the red armor to boot, so now DaHanG in a very comfortable position, up 3 frags, 4 minutes expired. Actually, that's a ton of plasma. DaHanG eats way more plasma than I'm sure he wanted to eat in that situation.
Yeah, it's the first time in a while we've seen DaHanG a little bit low on the stack. That fight at Mega was absolutely insane. Of course, it just came down to stack versus stack since the Rockets were messy on both sides of the fence. But that'll be strenx getting, oh my god, that plasma right in midair, right between DaHanG's legs. That'll be DaHanG taking the frag, but now he's at 15 health. He's got to struggle, and in order to recover, and we've already got strenx picking up a plasma gun. DaHanG heading back over towards LG, trying to shove and shut off that end of the map from him, which is good because there's plenty of health on that side. That'll be giving mid-roll over to strenx, so even without the frag, even without strenx getting on the board, strenx is just potentially taking control of the map.
I am so impressed with DaHanG's decision making right now, choosing to play defensive up in that area, up in the near the LG area. Just a very decisive move to that area. Very, very good use of spam as well. So incredible decision making here by DaHanG. It's going to allow him to pick up this next red armor unopposed. Continues to run the map quite well. So the next yellow armor will be spawning in just a second here.
Yeah, strenx was not as fast as I anticipated as far as taking control of the middle map. He was really banking on finding DaHanG going towards LG and doing damage in that corridor, but DaHanG's movement, his speed, his quick decisiveness there. Oh my god, again, the plasma, holy shit!
That was the first time I think I've ever seen plasma float someone in the mega health area like that. That was kind of ridiculous. In comes strenx. Very aggressive with the LG. He could start to equalize the score so very quickly here. 4 minutes left, plenty of time for 2 frags. strenx looking quite strong, and DaHanG's going to have to put on the plus back.
Yeah, we see a major shift here. But again, DaHanG definitely on form. I think just his quick decision-making at the LG room is just telltale to that. But now strenx is in control. And now we get to see how DaHanG plays this when he's not in control. And actually, we've already seen that he laid down defensive rockets very nicely, but his back is turned to strenx, and strenx takes no hesitation in taking advantage of that situation and gets a quick frag. DaHanG completely lost sight of him, and just like strenx did before, we saw a quick ambush by DaHanG. Now the tables have completely turned, and this is the second time we've seen misread by either of these players. But so far, both of them have been deep inside each other's head. strenx is coming back in, though. He's like, all right, you want to go plasma on plasma? Well, okay, you could do that then. DaHanG swinging back with it, maintaining a 2-frag lead. Waiting for this red armor, though. This will allow strenx to come out potentially mid-map, grab rocket launcher, and punish with LG from all the way at the top of the map onto DaHanG going through the teleport.
So DaHanG using that last mega health pickup to secure the frag. Still up by 2. Plenty of time for strenx to come back, but he's going to have to find a way in. Both mega health and red armor will be spawning in very close proximity. strenx actually might be able to do damage on this mega. Nope. DaHanG able to pick it up unopposed. So somewhat even stacks. DaHanG with actually a pretty significant lead after that yellow armor pickup. He's going to be able to deny this LG yellow pickup. He has perfect timing on it. He knows that strenx needs that yellow armor there. So a very smart, forward-thinking play by DaHanG, although a bit of a mistake allowing the strenx to get that red armor unopposed. Hopefully he can do some damage on the exit of this teleporter. And now we're going to see these two face off. Oh my goodness, DaHanG with no timing on the Mega is going to allow strenx to get back into this game.
That's alright. He wants to maintain control of mid. It went in for Mega. It would have been an ugly fight like we've already seen before. And at point, it's only 2 frags up, and he's not willing to risk it. This does allow strenx to move in and seal off the bottleneck coming out of LG. But right now, this is burning off time. DaHanG's okay with that. So it's strenx's move, really. Oh, but those rockets are going to be forcing DaHanG back, and he looks for health that isn't there. And strenx will be making this a 1-frag game. Coming back into mid, he's searching for where DaHanG has spawned. He's going to make a quick detour for items. But right now, he's ignoring red armor in favor of looking for DaHanG. Not quite finding him yet. There's 1 minute to find him, and in my experience, turtling up like this in the final minutes in DM13 does not usually end well. That's a lot of LG damage that DaHanG just took. He's finally going to be able to escape up the jump pad, but strenx is going all plus forward, right back into mid. DaHanG is going to be trying to hug these corners as much as possible, but I think at this point, DaHanG is just going to turn around and go, all right.
Oh.
Wow. Wow. Where was strenx's shots? Strenx had the shot. Oh.
Yeah, he had to
switch to plasma then. He has 39% plasma. Wow.
Yeah, strenx plasma has been
click.
totally ridiculous during this match. However, strenx did just run out of LG, had to switch to the rocket launcher. That allowed DaHanG to get the kill. It also seemed like strenx maybe hesitated to pull the trigger for just a second, which allowed DaHanG to get off enough LG for the frag. It really felt like strenx was going to push in for the frag there, but I guess when your LG goes click, it might be in trouble against DaHanG. And that's going to be a very narrow 2-frag win. Lead in the win for DaHanG. First
that
map goes to
strenx's
strenx.
stance. He had DaHanG on the run. DaHanG, I was about to say, he's just trying to do damage so that strenx is weak after the spawn. And I think DaHanG had death in his eyes, but strenx had no cells in his light gun. So, and he didn't get the quick switch.
So now we're on to our third and final map. It's Dismemberment again. For whatever case, Dismemberment has been the tiebreaker for a lot of the maps, or a lot of the matches here in Group A. And they're not going to dilly-dally at all. Going straight into it, F3s all around. Jahar takes off.
All right, we've been seeing a lot of Dismemberment here. It's a very, again, polarizing map depending on how they play it, but I think both of these guys have a lot to bring to the table here. It's going to be a fairly even start, just like T7. The starts can be fairly even-handed, with Mega going over to strenx, red armor going into DaHanG's hands, but it's going to be DaHanG picking up the first railgun, and that is the real kingpin to the opening minutes of Dismemberment. DaHanG now wanting to bait out the LG. I like this, but strenx is nowhere to be seen. Red armor, strenx is going to be up top. DaHanG is looking for a couple rockets, but he's not really committing to the fight. He's backing off to Mega.
Both players have collected rocket, rail, and LG. strenx will be the one landing the shot, though.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about is that DaHanG going conservative like that, he affords strenx the opportunity to grab a rail of his own.
So DaHanG not going to challenge at all for this red armor. Could have had a peak rail there, but was unable to locate his opponent.
And so, again, a fairly conservative start here, but we've seen in T7 that when DaHanG lets strenx loose with the railgun, A, strenx hits everything, and B, DaHanG exposes himself rather often. That may be different here on Dismemberment, but it's certainly not a good incident for DaHanG. So again, going very, very silently here, barely dropping down. Going silent walk. I don't think we're going to see too many places where both of these guys just run into each other and we see a herp-a-derp rocket. A lot of it's going to be defined by the sneak rail.
Versus Vu, all right.
Right.
Ooh, nice, tasty little bit of LG for strenx, although DaHanG left with a decent amount of health. Very, very similar stacks right now.
And he did a good amount of damage in retaliation as well, so nothing was neither really gained nor lost, except maybe positioning and DaHanG's ability to move over to the red armor side of the map. So strenx will be getting that red armor for free.
And actually on this map so far, we have not seen DaHanG deal much damage on the red armor pickup. I'm not sure if his timing has been slightly off, or he's not very familiar with the angles that that he can use to do damage on this map. But strenx pretty much controlling that RA. 5 pickups to 1 for strenx.
Color me wrong. strenx DaHanG going head-to-head, and it will be strenx's Rockets getting the pop, getting the forced suicide, in fact, making 0 to -1, 3 minutes in. DaHanG spawning up pop above red armor, but here's the unfortunate thing. strenx already gone with it. So DaHanG, you actually saw him standing there for a second going, well, shit, where do I go now? And that allowed strenx to get into rail. DaHanG's low on health now, and that means DaHanG can be nowhere near Mega when strenx takes it away. So strenx right now, 800-pound gorilla. DaHanG has got to play very defensively, do some damage to strenx off his back.
So 7 RAs now for strenx, 1 for DaHanG, 5 mega healths, and 1 for DaHanG as well. So DaHanG pretty much starved for items completely. Even now, strenx has the same amount of YAs picked up. Gotta find a way to shift the momentum for our American player. Otherwise, this is going to be rather one-sided.
Actually, I like this, though. DaHanG has had enough time to shard up and get on the yellow. So that strenx's higher stack has not been a huge advantage so far. I mean, he hasn't been leveraging it against him very effectively. And I think by this time, strenx knows that DaHanG can lay down the defensive rockets and LG very effectively, like we saw last map. Maybe just that little, counter lightning in Lost World, maybe that really gave strenx something else to think about here. I mean, we're seeing a different tone out of his play already. And coming through the teleporter, DaHanG spots strenx without quite... Ooh, a quick retaliation, so DaHanG is going to be double tapping the teleporter, getting a lot of damage in, not quite securing the frag, but he's found strenx unopposed, and even though strenx is laying out good defensive rails right now, DaHanG has the advantage.
Finally, DaHanG finding his way into this map. Only 1 frag deficit at this point. A very, very slow-paced game so far. Very few interactions in which both players have actually committed to a full frontal assault.
That's
DaHanG,
okay,
though,
though.
will be looking to go aggressive at this point.
He's going to be playing and trapping the items a little bit more. Actually, this direct approach to red armor, a little bit strange, because now he's got to beat heat back over to mega health, and if strenx is anywhere near the right position, we're no rail whatsoever, but there's the rocket through the corridor, but DaHanG will be tying it back up 0 to 0, and he's still got a really good stack in the meantime. Nothing beyond that initial rocket from strenx through the corridor there. So now DaHanG, very strongly stacked, but chasing here, I don't like... Oh, strenx coming back in with LG. Cheeky bastard. He'll be laying off a lot of DaHanG's stack, and with the spawn on the rail, this thing might come around very quickly. strenx certainly wants it to. DaHanG's going to force the frag. He's a little bit weaker because of it.
It looks to me like something just sort of clicked in Tim's head. He saw a couple timings line up, saw an opportunity to go super aggressive, did so, came up with the frag, and a couple megas and red armors have gone to him in a row now. Trading rails with strenx, not too much worse for the wear. Does DaHanG know the timing on this yet? YA? No, strenx will collect. Take the teleporter too. Oh, looks like there's going to be an LG battle. Down on the bottom floor, strenx with the clutch rail coming out in the last second. Took out DaHanG with just 29 health remaining.
That should give enough time for DaHanG to grab away Mega and grab some weapons very early on. So this will be a fairly even-footed fight for the next minute or so, depending on how strenx's rails do at the next red armor. Or rather, rockets. I mean, his last play at red armor was just boss. We're going to have to see if he does the same thing. If DaHanG doesn't show up here, I'm going to be a little bit displeased, actually. Because DaHanG spawned, was able to grab away Mega, was able to grab away weapons, and strenx only had 100-100 at the end of that frag anyway.
I am displeased. Oh, DaHanG, knowing the timing quite well on that Mega Health, is going to pick it up and only survive with 8 health. This actually is really dangerous for DaHanG right now. strenx picking up the RA, so strenx actually looking very strong in terms of health and armor. Only a railgun, now picked up an LG for his troubles as well. So strenx actually has an opportunity right now, before the spawn of both his next red armor. Yes, strenx will find DaHanG, but he will not chase. Instead, just opt for the long-range rail. So strenx actually not capitalizing on DaHanG's very small amount of health. They will trade, picking up one of the major power-ups each. And DaHanG actually makes his way to YA first. So DaHanG was in a pretty sour situation, but able to come back and recover quite nicely.
Just want to say that right now. I mean, strenx's LG is 48%. And that was a really ballsy by DaHanG at the Mega, especially considering that strenx got the last red armor for absolutely nothing. But he burned through it, no problem. Only 2 minutes to play. And I think losing out another lightning gun experience like that has given strenx a bit of cause for concern, actually. Oh, but sneaking around the corner, strenx picks it right up like a ninja. And he's got a strong stack at the end of it besides, and right now he's only got to pick up 1 frag to tie this thing back up, and by the sound of it, DaHanG will be getting pressure from strenx right immediately off of this line. strenx going through teleporter, coming back up top map. DaHanG hugging the corner, but he gets bounced out by that 1 rocket. That'll be giving strenx red armor, but now he's low on health. If DaHanG, oh, very nice play by DaHanG. Great anticipation.
Only 1 HP.
Yeah. At the very least, that'll keep strenx off of the Mega health, but if DaHanG's smart, and we know he is, he should be able to capitalize on this and go aggressive. Oh, but he wants to turn around there.
Both these players jockeying for top position in their group. In comes DaHanG, strenx left running so little health, he cannot find any health pickups on the map whatsoever. DaHanG with a commanding stack lead right now, so strenx has got to find a way to come in the next 50 seconds if he wants a chance to tie it up. Missing a very crucial rail there. Still waiting for this 50 health bubble to spawn. 50 health bubble will not spawn. Finally spawns. There it is. Gonna try to make his way to either one of the top power-ups. Able to steal away that Mega health. Actually, very aggressive move there by strenx. It should pay off if he can chase down this red armor pickup by DaHanG. DaHanG backing off to the red armor. Just 20 seconds left. What can strenx do this last time? DaHanG dealing a great amount of LG damage throughout the course of this map. strenx has picked up far more power-ups than DaHanG has, and he's actually hitting much higher percentage of rails and LG. So it's really the clutch plays like that that are keeping DaHanG in this game. DaHanG will take the series. strenx will be dealt his first loss of the tournament.
Yes, indeed, and that was a really weird weapon by strenx at the end of it. I think it was just tossing in the towel. And I think after those matches, strenx is going to be looking at his lightning gun with puppy dog eyes. Like, why have you betrayed me, lightning gun? But, I mean, look at this. Ridiculous. 40% lightning gun. That is insane. But, hey, be that as it may, 4-2 is going to be the final score, and we're going to be coming up with the next match very shortly. Double check